a challenge for all of our teams and our different athletic groups that compete. So we'll see new competition in baseball and basketball and football and all the athletic events that we compete in, and it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
And when you get over near the coast with Brunswick and Glenn Academy and Ware County, they enjoy their athletics also. So it'll be a challenge.
Well, we just had to go ahead and put that out there because
Yes, sir.
obviously there's been a little bit of discussion on the, as I call it, the barbershop discussion,
Yes,
or now the new McDonald Breakfast Club
Yes,
discussion, as you will have it. So
Yes,
I'm glad that you got that out there. Any closing statements or comments that you want to make in regards to the school year or anything with the school system?
We're just excited. Our teachers have been working hard this summer. We've had a lot of professional learning going on. Our staff has been working hard. Our maintenance and construction staff, I'd like to thank Harper Builders and Lewis Construction for the work that they've done, and also East Coast Paving for the work that they've done over Ray Ricketson and his group paved the east side job. So
all local,
we've had
local
contractors. And I'll tell you what, that's driving around this summer and looking at the projects we've got going on. We've got East Coast over there doing the paving at the East Side School. We had Burke doing some paving for us out at the high school. We had Lewis Construction and Harper Construction doing work for us throughout the county. It's good to see local businessmen and entrepreneurs and contractors working here in Coffee County and working for the taxpayers to improve our schools. I think it's a great investment, and it's good to see.
Keeps the cycle of money right here locally, and that's what it's all about. So well, Doc, we deeply appreciate you being on the show, and I haven't said this to him, but I'm gonna say it publicly. This man has done a great job for us here. We appreciate him, and he's homegrown. He had to go away for a minute, and then he came back. So we are much appreciative of all the efforts and leadership that you've done here with the Coffee County School System. Thank you very much for that. So
thank you, Mr. Jacobs.
Well, thank you. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back with Mr. Georgia Henderson, our Public Information Director. We'll be talking about the South Georgia Expo.
WDTV 13. Programming is sponsored by Check Cashing, McCrary Daniels Insurance Agency,
100 Men in Black and Roscoe Allen Company. 100 Men in Black working to bring unity to our community since 2002. Boss Riders and Roscoe Allen Company. The Boss Riders serving the Coffee County community for over 20 years. Dewey Hayes Jr., attorney at law, selected to the top 100 trial lawyers in the state of Georgia.
You're not who you used to be, and neither are we. With a caring staff, experienced doctors, and the most advanced technology, Coffee Regional Medical Center in Douglas, Georgia is better than ever before.
Welcome back to Douglas on My Mind show, and as I stated before the top of the hour of this broadcast, that we're going to be talking with Mrs. Georgia Henderson, our Public Information Director, and we just got through talking to Dr. Morris Leis about the beginning of the school year and what it all entailed, and we appreciate him being on the show. And now we're going to switch gears, if you will. We're going to talk about the South Georgia Expo that's coming soon, I think the month of August. August the 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
23rd, that is correct.
Boy, I can remember all this. And see,
good.
the gray hair, it doesn't give anything away about my memory. See, Journey over there who's taping us now, she keeps laughing at me. But okay, that's all right, Journey. But anyway, thank you for being on my show. Miss Henderson has her own show that we call it Douglas on My Mind 2, which she tries to capture different events and things that are going on, happenings in Douglas and Coffee County. So thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for the invite.
All right. So kind of give us a little bit of background of how all this came about the South Georgia Expo, because some people might be viewing this for the first time and don't know how that came about and what's the whole history behind the expo.
Okay. Well, the way it came about, this year makes the 4th annual South Georgia Outdoor Expo. And through the tourism office, being a division in our department, we began to look at what events that we could bring to this community that would be new and unique, not the typical little festival that we've seen. So what we realized is that we had quite a bit of hunting, outdoors related businesses here in our community, and we definitely, being in South Georgia, having wooded areas and all, we have the right climate and mixture for outdoor enthusiasts to enjoy an array of activities from hunting, fishing, camping, you name it, anything to do with outdoors. So we thus created, the first year we called it the Hunting, Fishing, and Outdoors Expo.
Hunting,
and to make it more inclusive of other communities in South Georgia, once we realized that on this side of Macon, that there was not a show.
Well, let me give you a perspective. There's 2 Mason-Dixon lines.
Yeah.
There's one in North Carolina.
Okay.
And there's one in Macon.
Okay.
And affectionately, we call this the Mason-Dixon line of Georgia, and from Macon on down. Okay.
Well, from the Georgia Mason-Dixon line, then that's okay. So, thus, we changed the name the 2nd year to the South Georgia Outdoor Expo, and so we're going into our 4th year now.
Good, good. Well, the South Georgia Expo has been a great attraction for many people. How many counties would you think? And I know we also have some folks from other states. And just give an average of how many that we attract as people, and then maybe some different states and different countries that we might attract in regards to that.
Well, to sum it up for us attendees coming in, we have seen people come as far as 4 hours radius, and then participating vendors we have from 9 different states.
Wow.
Rather, yes, and I've tried to name them all, but I know don't name them. Okay,
you might forget one.
Well, we'll just stick to that. There 9 different states.
So that's great. So we got a lot of, shall we say, regional, and then also outside of our state impact in regards to that. So what type of amenities, types of attraction things that we normally have, and then we're going to talk about some of the newer things, but talk about what common things that we normally have as far as the attractions and things. Some
common things that we typically have is the apparel for the sports. We have the boots, like I said, the apparel, the outfitters, those that have the hunting lodges and land and and that sort of thing. The equipment. Whether it's a gun or knife or a rod, reel,
ATV,
tent, ATV. Well, we haven't tapped into the ATV like we really would like to, but thanks to one of our sponsors, Lassiter's Implement, they brought in some last year. So there's a lot of areas to grow it, but those are the basic things that we have every year.
Okay, good. So if a participant comes in regards to, or a person comes to see the things, what kind of flow, how would they access it, and what type of things do we want them to be impacted by when they come into the door? So. Okay.
Whenever the attendees come in the past 3 years, we've had the Outdoor Channel World Record exhibit. Okay. But this year we're changing up to what is called the Wild Whitetails Deer exhibit. It's like the ultimate kills of in the deer collection. So that will be in the lobby. It's supposed to be a very grand display as well. And whenever attendees go in, then they have a chance to first mingle with the vendors and go down that aisle, and then just spread out from there to an array of activities going on, anything from a hunting and fishing simulator inside, mechanical bull. We'll have the snake show again with us. I don't even begin to have the list, but both exhibit halls will be full of vendors and activities again for all ages and for everybody to enjoy.
Well, good. And let me say this. Obviously, people think, well, it's for hunting and fishing enthusiasts, but here's the thing. There's a lot of outdoor activity. And this is trying to showcase and hopefully bring attention to those activities. When one of the tragedies as we get older, Journey, don't. Yeah. I got the gray hair. That's right. But as we get older, you know, getting an appreciation of the outdoors is diminishing. And I don't think, you know, kids are availed to the outdoors as much as they should be. As like when I was growing up, it was nothing like we were running in the thicket all day long in the summer. You know, I ain't come home till dusk dark. You know, I was outdoors fishing, hunting, you name it, I did it outdoors. Yeah, I ain't come indoors.
And we about didn't have a choice, did we?
We didn't have a choice. No, because Mama said get on out the door, you know, because she don't want you to mess up her house or whatever the case may be. So, you know, outdoors were where we spent the majority of our time. But in contrast to what kids are doing now, indoors is where they are residing. And we need to push them outdoors. And I know you got some very, shall we say, passionate people. I forget his name now, who the God in the Hunt guy.
Van McCall.
Van McCall.
Right.
And several of them that really are trying to push getting the kids more engaged in outdoor activities. So it's just not just for hunting and fishing. So please come out, hopefully be able to get exposed to some of this, so maybe whatever activity you can avail yourself and your children to, you will do. And that's what it's all about.
Excuse me, on that note, each year during the Wild Game Supper, as we have the speakers,
that's right,
the members of the Georgia Hunting and Fishing Federation, National Wild Turkey Federation, whenever they speak, they talk about the importance of getting kids outside and even give, I don't know the exact specifics, but testimonials of how kids, if you compare kids to those who hang around inside, and I'm not saying all kids are this way, but the kids who take to outdoor sports and activities that the parents keep them involved, you don't find a lot of those kids in trouble.
That's correct.
So it's very important to get them involved in some of the outdoors activities. And when you spoke of Van McCall, now, because of a conflict, he won't be with us this year. But our state park, Mr. Wade Huffman and his staff are bringing the program, the archery program that Van McCall and DNR done a couple of years ago for the youth, to get them involved and to give them the fundamentals of archery program. As I understand it, archery is big and is a growing program. And I know that one of our sponsors, Satilla River Outdoors, they too are expanding inside of their store an archery range so that they can get all ages involved as well.
Well, that's what it's all about. So let's talk about some of the new activities and new events, because I think y'all got some exciting things to hopefully display and hopefully get people engaged in. So talk a little bit about that.
I will, and I'm going to look at my paper because I don't want to leave anything out.
That's right. Don't leave anything out.
Ooh, this is mine, I tell you.
Oh, but I got more gray hair, though. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, there that is.
Mine may just be a cover-up.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to say that.
You're not going there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, well, beginning on Thursday, August the 21st, we will have our Wild Game Supper. It will be at 6:30 p.m. at the C.E. Weir Center, and tickets are $15 for this supper. Mr. Benny Overstreet, who manages Gopher Plantation.
But let's say who's behind the food. Let's go ahead and say.
Yes, that's what we say. Oh, the real person.
Come on now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Benny, but his lovely wife.
There you go. Let's give her kudos while she's there.
And some of the volunteers and her helpers, they do. They're our caterer for the Wild Game Supper.
They do a fabulous job.
And I eat stuff that I didn't even think I would eat. You know, I grew up in the backwoods. So
yes, you did.
I was a little accustomed to it, but it's been a minute. But I tell you what, it's good.
No, it is very well prepared. Yeah.
But our speaker this year is Captain Tommy Clack, who is a United States Army retired Vietnam veteran, and he was inducted last year into the Georgia Military Veterans Hall of Fame. And he's an avid, in spite of losing 3 limbs during war, he is an avid hunter and fisherman.
Wow.
So he is going to be our speaker. So we invite the community and also the veterans to come out and hear this great speaker. I hear that he's very motivational.
Yeah, I heard so.
So looking forward to that. Then on Friday, the expo will open from 1 to 7. for the public to come in. And I want to say this, if attendees would like to get a 2-day pass, because there's something different going on both days, you can get a little discount. It's $5 for each day, or you can spend $8 and get a 2-day pass to come in. Children 12 and under are free. But on Friday, we will have the wild whitetail exhibit on display both days. Kevin King, who